We do not travel alone. And if we can help others get what they want, we are more likely to get what we want. So how can we fill other people's cups during a global pandemic? And how can team leaders do one-on-ones during a time of social distancing? Good relationships are about give and take. They are not a one-way street. And I often talk about self-care and how we cannot pour from an empty cup. But how can we fill the cups of others to create a sense of belonging and togetherness? After all, that's what we all want. There are two major drivers of human behavior. The one being attention, the need to be noticed, and the other being control. How are you paying attention to those who are important in your life? And how are you helping them to feel more in control of their lives? To be able to do this, you actually need to get to know each other a little more than skin deep. And you have to be interested in the people in your life. Today's video is actually about the first one, paying attention. And first up, there are 3 important questions that we all ask of important people in our lives every day. And your family members are asking that of the important people in their lives every day, and your colleagues are doing the same too. And those 3 questions are, do you see me? Do you hear me? Am I important to you? Do you see me? Not just my body, but all of my potential. Do you hear me? Not just the words I'm saying, but the spaces between the words and those words I cannot say. And am I important to you? Where do I fall on your list of importance? And if we get yes, yes, yes answers to those 3 questions on a regular basis, our cups are full. But if we start getting no answers on a regular basis, then I promise you the negative attention-seeking behavior will begin. And then there are different communication styles, and we need to get to know those communication styles of those people in our orbit. For example, are they talkers or non-talkers? Are they touchers or non-touchers? This makes an enormous difference to how you will fill their cup. Because if you don't talk in their language or you have false expectations of them, that cup is going to get very, very empty. And then, of course, there are the 5 love languages. And those are words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and physical touch. And you need to work out the top 2 love languages of somebody who's close to you in order to speak those languages into their lives. Because if you speak to someone who thrives on quality time and physical touch, for example, then you will fill their cup. But if you try and give that person gifts and maybe words of affirmation, and those things don't mean anything to them, well, it's going to fall on deaf ears. So if you're going to take the time to try and fill somebody's cup, make sure you're doing it in a way that makes them feel seen and heard and understood, because it's going to make a massive difference to the quality of your connection, and it's going to build trust and loyalty. So how can you have quality time one-on-one in a socially distanced way with friends and colleagues? Well, whether those conversations are online or offline, please take the time to ask these kinds of questions. What's important to you? Because I'm really interested, I really care. Or why is that important to you? So that you get what they value. And one of the most popular pieces of advice that I am giving to team leaders in a corporate environment at the moment is to do one-on-ones by going for a walk and talk. You know, that ticks 2 boxes. You get to exercise and you get to talk and communicate and connect with a team member at the same time. And you will be amazed at what comes up in conversation when you're walking and talking versus when you're sitting across the table from someone or sitting across a screen from someone. Because motion shifts emotion, and people open up in a different way entirely when they're walking and talking. You're going to get to know each other on another level completely. Try it. I promise you, I'm getting the most incredible feedback from my clients who've taken up this challenge. So see how it works for you. It could be the very best thing you implemented to improve the quality of your relationships in a very long time. So how are you filling someone else's cup? If the Start Right tip added value to you, please hit the subscribe button below. And remember that as a business and motivational speaker, I help leadership and teams to raise their human potential, their own, those around them, and their children, all of whom form part of the human economic ecosystem.